Oh yeah. So I'm starting my stream, so we're going live. That means I need to Hello, Rebel fans, and welcome to St. Joseph High School in beautiful Ogden, Utah, right below the mountain base. We are in a fantastic time and area for some wonderful basketball on a Thursday night. The Rich Rebels and the St. Joseph Jayhawks here in the booth. Cody Olsen, joined with my mom, Elaine Gardner, who also has a background in some basketball. We're welcoming you out here to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. Mom, great to have you here. Is it bringing up some memories, a little bit of basketball back in the glory days?
Absolutely, I love it. I'll try to keep my comments to myself and not scream too much.
Well, we'll just introduce you. My mom's going to be running camera tonight. Thank you to her. And thank you to all the people that have come out here to support the Rich Rebels in what should be a really fun game between the Rebels and the St. Joseph Jayhawks. Thank you for joining us on our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We're going to have an abbreviated pregame show, get a couple interviews in here. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. We're going to come back to you immediately after this quick break here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails, brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like you to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We're out here in beautiful Ogden, Utah with the St. Joseph Jayhawks. We will be tipping off in approximately 11 minutes. Now is the time for our My Local Radio scene set. Our scene set today between the Rich Rebels and the St. Joseph Jayhawks is a good one, as we'll start with the home Jayhawks. They're going to be winless at this current point since winter break. They had two tough losses against Wendover and Manila. This is double duty for head coach Jamal Jenkins, a wonderful coach who is coaching the boys and the girls basketball team, a former Weber State basketball player and all-around good guy. He does not shy away from a challenge, and he loves being here. He's not going to be here tonight. Unfortunately, he is out, and we will be seeing assistant coach Adam Jones spearheading the coaching duties tonight. I spoke with Jamal Adams a couple weeks ago, prior to our game that was canceled last time we were here, when when we shot the lights out. We had a little bit of a blackout. Now, as for the Rich Rebels, going 2-1 last week, a hiccup against Cokeville. The thing that really got Cokeville in the lead was that defensive pressure. It was huge in the second half, and it was a trend that we saw against Bear Lake and Altamont as well. Can the Rich Rebels combat this defensive pressure getting across half court and these traps that have been implemented? Will the Jayhawks be able to implement that as well? We're going to go ahead and see that tonight. Currently, the Rich Rebels with two guards in the top 10, 1A in scoring in Ambria Lutz and Taylor McKee. Good to have Taylor back from injury, as that has been a talking point for quite a few days and quite a few games. Thank you for joining us for our My Local Radio scene set. More from our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show coming up after these quick messages on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Lady Basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife. They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we dip now into our outstanding student interview. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff for allowing us to meet with these outstanding students. I recently caught up with a few outstanding students this week. We're going to go ahead, dip into those as we get a glimpse into the inner workings of Rich High School. Let's go ahead, dip into that interview now. Rich Rebel fans here on Rebel on Record with a very familiar face. We're bringing back a superstar from the fall and a superstar here during winter months, senior wrestler Annie Peart. Annie, it's been so long. I mean, really, let's catch up a little bit. How has winter trimester been going for you?
It's been pretty good. Nothing too crazy. Slowly chugging along.
One day at a time, right, Annie?
Yep.
Annie, tell me a little bit about winter trimester. What has been the dark horse favorite class that you didn't expect this trimester?
Favorite class? So far, I think wildlife biology has been a great one. Kicking it off.
Wildlife biology. How did you get wrapped up into that one?
I don't know. It just sounded like a fun class, and it is proved to be. So.
Who's teaching that class right now?
Cooper Cornea.
The Cooper Cornea. What unit are you on right now? What's the last thing that you remember learning?
We just got done talking about fish.
Annie, besides being with Cooper in the classroom, you get to see him a little bit outside. How has practice and wrestling been going for everybody involved, especially for the girls?
It's been pretty good. Last year, it was the first year, so this year we've learned a lot due to that. So we've made some improvements and adjustments along the way, but it's been good. Everyone's still learning, so.
I mean, the program is very young. You've seen a lot of success coming through. A lot of girls are wrestling for big meets, big championships. We've had a couple instances where you've had to wrestle a Rich Rebel. How many times have you had to wrestle another Rebel for a big dual meet this year?
Like 3 or 4 times. You still learn from it.
Annie, you've gone and wrestled a couple pretty big programs, both in the state of Wyoming and in Utah. How do you feel like the girls have performed overall being in their second year?
I'm actually really impressed with how well we do. It's just, I feel like nobody else, we're doing really good for second year, and I can't wait to keep watching them grow, because freshmen coming in, they still have 3 more years to go, and it's only my second year, and I've learned a lot in my 2 years, so I'm really excited to watch them.
Annie, realistically, what are the expectations? Do we expect to field a team that can compete for a state championship, whether that be for a team or in any individual on the team right now?
Yeah, I can see both multiple boys and girls for individual, and if we work hard enough, I think we can get close to a team one too.
Annie, tell me a little bit about the difference between the two sports. I mean, they're very, very different, but I want to hear it from you firsthand. What's the difference in volleyball and wrestling in terms of coaching and practicing style?
Well, first off, one's more of a team and one's more individual. That's pretty obvious, but the biggest difference is if you want it, you really have to rely on yourself more than your team. That kind of goes for volleyball too, but you have others to rely on in team sports, whereas if you walk out on the mat and you're not ready, it's not going to be a fun ride. So you just have to be prepared.
Does this year's senior night against my alma mater, Ridgeline, mean anything really special to the team or specifically to you?
I'm just glad to be a part of the wrestling community. I love it, and I'm honored to be senior wrestling tonight. I don't know. I'm just glad.
Annie, where do you really foresee the girls program going, and what do you hope to see in the next couple years?
I hope it continues to get bigger in the community and grow, like more girls on it, where like everyone just kind of pushes it aside and girls wrestling, but I love it, and I think people should not push it aside.
Annie, why do you feel like there's a little bit of resistance or blowback to the girls program right now?
Just whereas it's new and something that like it's more of a manly sport, I guess you can put it. I just remember telling like some of my grandmas and older the older generation about it, and they were just kind of like, oh, like, that's a lot. And I was like, no, it's going to be great. But I think it's just because it's new and it's not around here much, so...
Annie, what would you tell someone that might be a little bit unfamiliar or, raises an eyebrow at girls wrestling? What would be the first thing that you say to them?
I've learned probably more life lessons from it and a lot of discipline. It's hard work. You put in the work and you will see results. So I think it's great.
Annie, it's great to catch up with you as always, and also looking into the girls program is always so fun. We are excited to highlight it. Best of luck against Ridgeline and for senior night coming up.
Thank you.
That was Annie Peart, senior wrestler for the Rich Rebels. They're off in Randolph tonight. If you're not there, or if you're double dipping at the wrestling duel and you're listening to me, props to you. But senior night for both the wrestling programs going on right now in Randolph, and Annie Peart is a face that is very familiar, and she is spearheading the girls program right now. Special thanks to her for taking the time to meet with me, and for the town of Woodruff for sponsoring us to let us meet with these fantastic student athletes and get a little inside look into the Rich Rebels more closely. Let's go and take a break, come back to you with a little bit more statistical information about the Jayhawks as we get ready for tip-off in 2.5 minutes approximately on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 KADQ.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Rich Rebel fans, welcome back to the pregame show, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors pregame show. Visit bearlake.org to find hot deals this winter for some fun vacation getaways. That's bearlake.org. We are broadcasting live from beautiful Ogden, Utah, right at the base of the mountain, and it is a great place to be. It's good to have the lights on, because the last time we were here, we shot the lights out, and it was pretty fun. The Rich Rebels and the Lady Jayhawks on a rescheduled game. They're going to be meeting and tipping off in about 1 minute's time. Just enough time for us to dip into our Lake Town ledger. We'd also like to go ahead and thank Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea at 435-779-0012. Our Lake Town ledger brought to you by the town of Lake Town. Special thanks to Mayor Burdette Weston and our council members out there to be on top of it and sponsoring us. We'd also like to thank the town of Randolph, the newly elected town council. We're going to go ahead and make sure that they get mentions as well. We're going to go ahead, Rich, 5-2 all-time versus the Jayhawks. The last time these teams met back in 2017. It was a 35-28 win for the Rebels. And Kathleen Timone for the Jayhawks back in 2017, an absolute all-star for the Jayhawks, averaged 18 points per game and 15 rebounds per game in that fantastic season. We're getting ready now to announce the starters for each of these respective teams. We're going to go ahead, do the presentation of the colors first. We'll come back to you after this quick break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Rich Rebel fans, welcome back here to the starting lineup being announced for the Rich Rebels. Taylor McKee, Brittany Lamborn, Mackenzie Smith, Darlene Peterson, and Ambria Lutz. Your starting 5 for the Lady Rebels tonight. They're going to be wearing all blue with their white accents. Here comes the St. Joseph Jayhawks starting 5. Number 22, Abby Crazy Legs Goff. I like that. I like it a lot. Number 20, Lizzie Randall. The freshman, that is. Number 5, Caitlin Martinez, also a freshman for the Lady Jayhawks. Number 23, the junior and a leader for this team, Lexi Bombella. And then to cap it all off, Sarah Snell, the junior for the Lady Jayhawks. Special thanks to Lutz Construction, Excavation, and Landscape. That's premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8678. We're going to go ahead, dip into our live camera now as we get ready for what should be a fantastic game between the Lady Rebels and the Lady Jayhawks. Fun fact about the leaders and the juniors for this Lady Jayhawks team. Lexi Bombella, Sarah Snell combined for over 17 points per game and 17 rebounds per game. The Lady Jayhawks this year go the way of their juniors and their leaders. We'll see what they can do in this game as we get ready for the opening tip-off brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Great to be here in the booth as it is Sarah Snell and Darlene Peterson lining up on the Lady Jayhawk logo. Ball up in the air will careen out to the left. Careen by the Lady Jayhawks into the lane and a quick right hand. No good, and a offensive rebound. It will be falling out of bounds. Lexi Bombella throws it into the bench here on the near side. The ball will stay. It will go to the Rich Rebels. Crawford Trough inbound, and Taylor McKee will take it over the timeline with the right hand. Half-court offense. Taylor McKee crossover switch over to Ambria Lutz. Lutz looking inside, picks up her dribble, is hounded out there on the right wing. Lamborn bumped with the body, goes up with the left hand. No good on the basket, but she's going to get a chance for 2 opportunities at the charity stripe. First quarter today brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. That's for all your propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up for Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn struggling early in the year at the free throw line. We'll see what she can do from the charity stripe tonight. First one up and rolls right off the front of the rim. That one's good, and that will be good for the first points of the game. Lady Rebels strike first. 1-0 here with about 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Second shot opportunity. That one's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded and taken by Snell across the timeline. She's going to be doubled in a dead corner. Almost loses the ball. Instead kicks it out. Cross-court pass all the way to the left side and then back up to the top. Inside drive and a shot just off the front of the rim. No good. Here comes a right-hand shot from the Lady Jayhawks. Again, missed too far, and Ambria Lutz comes up with the ball. It's a missed shot opportunity by Lizzie Randall, the freshman, and then a left-hand layup from Taylor McKee. Looks beautiful as she's well known for driving into the lane and doing that. 3-0 for the Lady Rebels. Steal by Ambria Lutz going across the timeline, up with the left hand, bumped with the body, no call, and a rebound here for Caitlin Martinez. Martinez hounded by Lamborn. She goes inside, and that's going to be a bump on Taylor McKee right there on the extended left wing in front of the Rebel bench. And the first foul. McKee coming up a little gingerly on that ankle. We'll keep an eye on that. She seems pretty good. Inbound here from Martinez to Sarah Snell. Back up to the top here. There's Goff. And then thought about on the short three, driving inside, blocked by Darlene Peterson. No good for Lizzie Randall. Outlet to Ambria Lutz here. Right across the logo, finding Lamborn on the right side, trying to feed it into Mackenzie Smith, saved by the Lady Jayhawks. Snell, with Rebels all around her, goes across the timeline, coast to coast. Good feed out to the left, and that one's up and good. First points for the Lady Jayhawks, Abby Goff. And she cuts the deficit, now only a 1-point lead for the Lady Rebels as McKee slowly comes across the timeline from right to left on your radio dial. Out to the right wing, back over the top is stolen away. Here comes the Lady Jayhawks up with the right hand, and that one's just a little bit too hard. Ripped down off the boards by McKee. Good opportunity there by Abby Goff. And another missed execution, and here come the Lady Jayhawks after the steal. Rush shot, no good, air ball, and Snell will go up right into the body of Darlene Peterson, and that will earn her a chance to the free throw line. She has an opportunity to take the lead here, only down by 1. 3-2 left in the first quarter. 3-2 in the first quarter with 5:41 left. Sarah Snell, the junior leader for this team. She's very good at the free throw line, and this first one's going to be up and just rolls off to the right. No good. I might have jinxed her on that one. Snell with an opportunity to tie. Second opportunity at the charity stripe. Snell rolls out, gets robbed, and an outlet out here to the left for Ambria Lutz. Crossing over to the right side now in front of the scores table. Slowing it down, Lutz puts up her finger and puts in for the offensive set. McKee feeding inside to Smith. High off the glass. That one's good. Right in front of the free throw line, about a 13-foot little floater. And the first points for Smith. Last touched by Ambria Lutz. It will stay with the Lady Jayhawks on the Rebel side of the court. Snell with the right hand, feeding inside. Stolen away by Darlene Peterson. Outlet up the floor. Lamborn in Lady Jayhawk territory. Feeds across the line to Smith, who just rolls it off the rim. No good. Still 5-2 here with 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Plains Tire points in the paint is what they're trying to get at right now. Snell over her head. Good feed. One pass underneath and up with the right hand. That one's good. Lizzie Randall. 4-5. Rebels hanging on to a 1-point lead here in Ogden early in the first quarter. One thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on here is Smith has an open shot, decides to eat it, goes back up to the top for McKee, who drives into the lane, puts it right at the feet of Peterson. Somehow Peterson ends up with it, goes up with the left hand, and if it works, it works. Good feed and an assist from Taylor McKee, and the first points for Darlene, 7-4. We'll see how this Rich Rebel backcourt compares to the Lady Jayhawk backcourt as Lutz rips down a rebound, but before she can run up the floor with it, our officials say that she had stepped out underneath the basket. So here comes an inbound underneath the Rebel basket out to the far corner. Hounded by Ambria Lutz. Ball still in the Lady Rebel possession, in the Lady Jayhawk possession. Long three, no good. And a sprinting Mackenzie Smith down the floor. No one there, and she goes up with the right hand and one. That one's good. Smith earned those points as she sprinted down the court out in front of Darlene Peterson, caught it above her head almost like a wide receiver, and threw it up with the right hand with a finesse, wonderful touch layup. Earns herself 2 points and the foul. 9-4, 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Smith completes the three-point play, and that gets the Rebels up to 10 halfway through the first. An Independent Software Solutions timeout taken. We'll take it as well as we come back to you live from St. Joseph after these few messages on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Back into the action, we're going to go ahead, dip into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Your new home in Bear Lake, one phone call away at 435-946-8888. We all want that wonderful house in Bear Lake. It's a hot spot. Gary and Amber McKee want to be there for you. Go ahead, give them a call as we dip back into the live camera. Rebels up 10-4 currently in the first quarter, just under 4 minutes left in the game. Kick-out jumper for the Jayhawks right off the front of the rim, ripped down off the boards by Taylor McKee. McKee sprinting down the floor, down into the Lady Jayhawk defense. Far corner three by Lutz, just off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Darlene Peterson. That one's too hard. That one will go careening out of bounds. Last touch by a Rebel off of the attempted putback by Mackenzie Smith. So good look from Ambria Lutz on the far corner there. She just kind of launched it a little too far, just off the back of the rim. No good, and it tried to be put back by Darlene Peterson. And then 3 times was not the charm for the Lady Rebels, as McKee is going to hound the back court. As soon as they cross the timeline into Rebel territory, the Rebel backcourt is hounding the guards and not making it easy to get across the line. A little substitution here as Violet Taylor, the sophomore, immediately makes an impact. Deflected. It will end up in the hands of McKee. Taylor gets back up to the top for McKee. Crossover out to the left. Taylor on the left wing, feeding inside to Lutz. She puts it up with the right hand. Little floater, 5 feet out. That one's good. 12-4. Ambria Lutz making it work in the scoring department as the Lady Jayhawks dribble into a triple team, and it comes away with Rebel ball. Good find, Ellie Argyle somehow bobbling, weaving into the lane. That one's good on the layup attempt. 14-4, a 10-point lead for the Lady Rebels, poked away at the very top of the arc by Violet Taylor. Here comes the Jayhawks up at the top, trying to find someone open, Abby Goff. Long three taken almost off of a backboard three made. Instead, no good, ripped away Ellie Argyle on the rebound. McKee out in front, 3-on-2 opportunity, feeding underneath, around a defender. It will go out of bounds, trying to find Darlene Peterson on the left block. Turnover, the first one of the game here, as Cassidy Grohl will check in for McKee. Grohl working and had quite a few good looks the last game against Cokeville. Trying to get that nice touch up and going again. Man defense implemented by the Lady Jayhawks, and an illegal screen here on the near side. That one's going to be on Abby Goff, who leaned into that screen a little bit too much, and our officiating crew says no. It's going to be a turnover. Rebel ball into the half-court offense. On to the Jayhawks side of the court. Fake to the left, going to the right. Jumper from Violet Taylor off the right top corner of the glass. That one's good. Pure shot by Taylor, the sophomore, who's now guarding the very top against Snell. Snell trying to find somebody open. Gets it back to Snell on the near corner. Working against Taylor, backing her down. Fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Lady Jayhawks. Snell ends up with it after the feed, goes up, falls. Awkward fall, and here come the Rebels after the rebound attempt. All the way, coast to coast, no good on the attempt by Ambria Lutz. Ball up for grabs. Snell fighting with Violet Taylor on the floor. Lady Jayhawks says it, ball ping-ponging all around. Snell ends up with it, hands it off to Goff at the top of the arc. Goff, one dribble, pick up, out to the right side. Darlene Peterson, good block. Two good blocks. Darlene defended well in the paint. Lutz, baseball throw, down the line, no good. Out of the hands of Violet Taylor, and it will roll out of the back line underneath the basket. 16-4, 1:25 left here in our T7 Propane first quarter. As we get an update now from senior night back in Randolph, Eli Brooks winning the final match, winning by pin for the boys. As it's good to see the boys program going up. Eli, always a strong competitor. I know that Eli was recruiting people to try and get some wrestlers going. Pugmire feeding Argyle out on the left, blocked by Snell. Back into the arms of Pugmire. Three taken by Grohl. That one's good. Wonderful stroke and a long three-pointer nailed. T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer by Cassidy Grohl. Her first of the season, I believe. 19-4 with 40 seconds left in the game. Here comes the Jayhawks and a foul. Too handsy there as Ambria Lutz will get pegged with a push. Inbound play coming in as Tingy will check into the game for Lutz. So quite a few underclassmen out on the floor for the Rebels right now. Snell fighting against Violet Taylor here on the left wing, driving back against the basket. Another fadeaway by Snell, just too short, ripped down by Violet Taylor. Taylor taking over point guard duties, crossover. Good handles by Taylor. She goes out to the left, kicks it out to Grohl on the left side wing. Grohl almost gets pegged for a travel call as our technical difficulties. We'll get back to you in just a second. Sometimes this little connection is just a little finicky. As inbound for the Lady Jayhawks goes sailing into the stands from the far side court to the near side court. No good, and that ball will be taken back at the original spot. 17 seconds left. Rebels 19, Jayhawks 4. Taylor to Tingy in the corner. Inside, ripped away, and good defense by the Jayhawks. 10 seconds. Snell up the court quickly into Goff. Goff caught up on the right elbow, goes back to Snell. It will be last touched by Violet Taylor. Good hustle by either team. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see if the Jayhawks can concoct some sort of shot. Snell, right hand, hook, no good. And that will be the end of the one. After the end of one quarter, your Rich Rebels will be up 19-4. We'll come back to you for the start of the second after a few messages on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
This is Gary McKee, inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Back into the live camera. We're now into the start of the second quarter. Our second quarter today brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. That's Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Rebels will start off with the ball here in the second quarter. As the possession arrow was in favor of the Jayhawks, it will switch now. Good defense by the Jayhawks. Snell. No, Snell not in the game. We get a new face, a new bunch of Lady Jayhawks out onto the floor. Mimi DeWitt, as well as Goff, Randall, McAuley, and Mary Slater. So new faces out here as where they're sitting both Bombella as well as Snell. Currently the juniors out sitting, taking a breather. We get a foul underneath the basket, push, and we'll get a Crawford Trough inbound play underneath the Jayhawk basket. Argyle looking in for Tingy, then back to Argyle, spinning up with the right hand. That was pretty, just a little bit too hard as it rolls off the rim, ripped down by the Jayhawks. Goff out here for three, no good. That's McAuley. McAuley on the left side wing, no good. Instead, Argyle will go ahead and get called with the travel as she was a little overzealous to get up into the basket after the missed three-point attempt on the opposite side of the court. Randall, the freshman, coming across the half-court line, guarded by Taylor. Randall puts it up with the right hand, just swapping positions, position, and the Rebels come away with it. Taylor kicking out to the right side, Grohl, dribble, feed to Pugmire. Pugmire spinning around, putting the shot up, rattles around a little bit. It works. That one's good. 21-4 in favor of the Rebels. Goff against Argyle at the very top of the arc, extended. Goff travels with the ball, trying to find somebody here as Snell and Bombella will come in. That will take out Goff and DeWitt. Taylor with the ball, strolling across the timeline from right to left. Goes out and kicking out to the right to Grohl. Back to Taylor. Left-hand dribble inside, feeding Tingy. And then to Argyle. Beautiful work from the ladies as that was a hockey assist. Up with the left-hand Argyle. Good. 23-4. Snell. Lady Jayhawks tonight, important to remember that they are without their normal head coach. They are without Jamal Jenkins. Instead, Adam Jones here tonight filling in, as well as Mario Prito. Taylor out to Grohl on the right side wing. Far, long baseline floater for Tingy. That's pretty, and it goes in on the right side, 25-4. 5:46 left here in the second quarter before halftime. A full timeout taken by the Jayhawks. We'll take it as well here. Let Brian be your IT guy. This is an Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll come back to you for the continuation of this game on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation at My Local Radio and KADQ.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Rebel fans, we welcome you back into the action here as a little update from Randolph. Annie Peart wins by pin in her matchup against the Riverhawks of Providence, Utah. Missed shot opportunity by the Jayhawks and pushing up the court, Taylor, and then Grohl. It's going to be off of a foot of a defender. I think it will stay with the Rebels underneath the basket for a Crawford Trough inbound. Currently right now, the Jayhawks just struggling to get some shots up. They're trying to get some clean shots as the Rebels have been hounding the backcourt for the Jayhawks incredibly well, and they're trying to find an answer to it. Jumper no good by Taylor, working their way inside. Rebels getting a couple chances at this shot, finally ripped down by Snell of the Jayhawks. Snell ordering and trying to get her offense into some sort of rhythm right now, working up against Taylor. Gets a screen here on the right side. Driving into the lane, good. Has to leave her feet. Nobody there to help her out on the opposite side. Taylor with the rebound. High down the court. Tingy, no good, but the foul after a baseball pass from half court right to the right side block about 2 feet away. Tingy's going to go ahead to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Just under 5 minutes left here before halftime. Rebels up 25-4. When it rains, it pours, and the Jayhawks are trying to find an answer right now. It doesn't seem like anything could go wrong for the Rebels, except that free throw by Tingy. Tingy missing that one long. That was going to go off the back iron, bouncing out to the left. Goff is checked back into the game, as well as McAuley. Second opportunity for Tingy. That one bounces twice, no good. Ripped down by Bombella, the junior. Passing it back to Snell. Snell immediately met right at the line, guarded by Tingy. Snell into the paint. Good pass. And then an inside-out pass from Goff to McAuley is going to bounce off of a thigh and roll out of bounds into the corner. Back into the Rebel possession. Also into the game, number 14, Lundgren, as she's working the point, feeding inside. Pugmire up and good. Good post work and feed from the outside in for the Rebels. 27-4. Snell diving into the lane with the layup just a little bit too hard. No good, as they're desperately trying to find some points right now. Lundgren to Tingy, inside to Pugmire, out to the left. Wallentine back to Pugmire on the right side, far out here. Wallentine floater, that one's going to find its mark, up and in. Good shot for Wallentine. As back into the offense, Snell goes out to the left side wing, Bombella. Back up to the very top, around the horn it will go. Martinez driving in, bouncing it off of her foot, no good. So right now, Araya Osler out onto the court as well. Another three from Wallentine, just a little bit too hard, no good. Rip down, good rebound by the Lady Jayhawks. Goff ripping it down. Snell at the very top of the arc, driving into the lane with the left hand. Right hand floater, no good. Wallentine out for Lundgren. Tingy back to Lundgren on the right side wing, who drives baseline, feeds into Pugmire, who has to save it, goes right into the arms of Snell. Snell pushing it down the floor, crossover, left hand layup, just no good. Nothing can fall right now for the Lady Jayhawks. They're trying to find any type of answer. Lundgren leading Tingy, no good. That one's going to go out of bounds on the right side, out the back line. Out on the floor for the Rebels, Araya Osler, Pugmire, Wallentine, Lundgren, and now working her way onto the court, Casey Wilson. So our JV currently in right now, quite a few underclassmen at the moment. Snell out here to the right side wing, then feeding it to the corner. Snell posts up against Lundgren, now diving in. Martinez loses the handles, and it's going to end up in the arms of Lundgren. Lundgren down the floor, intercepted. Great work by Goff. Goff, crossover, right side, Martinez into the wall. Blocking foul. Trying to get up in front of it, Osler. And she's going to get pegged for the blocking foul. the junior Araya. First foul, I think, of the varsity season for her. Here comes Martinez. Martinez just too far to the right, no good. 2.5 minutes left here before halftime. 29-4 is your score. Rebels in the lead. Caitlin Martinez, the freshman, trying to end a very long drought for the Jayhawks, and for some reason the ball refuses to go into the hoop for the Lady Jayhawks. Lundgren out to Pugmire, who goes across the half-court line out to Wallentyne, left wing extended. Back up to the top, Lundgren looking inside, decides to square up, post up, and now she's caught up in a bad situation. Snell jumps in front of the pass, intercepts it, but a foul on the Jayhawks. It's going to actually, it's going to be an offensive foul as the Rebels will deny the ball to Snell. Casey Wilson spearheading defensive duties. Snell driving in with the right hand, splitting a couple Rebel defenders. That one's going to be no good. Rebel possession now. Out to the left wing, Wallentyne thinks about the three, goes up to the top for Lundgren. Now out to the right side, Wilson driving baseline up with the right hand. Too hard, ripped down by Bombella. Bombella throws it up into no man's land, and the Rebels come up with it. Lundgren at the very top of the arc. Out to the left, Wallentyne looking inside, working her way around the horn. Lundgren back to Wilson, who pump fakes and drives. That's going to be a foul on the Jayhawks on the far side corner. Number 25, Mary Slater. Cassidy Grohl's going to be checking in. Pugmire's going to be coming out. Grohl, Lundgren, Wallentyne, Wilson, and Araya Osler. Here comes Lundgren driving, floating. That one just too hard, ripped down by Snell. Snell pushing it down the floor. Good pass and a right-hand layup, just too short for the Jayhawks. It seems as though that there is a lid on the basket for the Jayhawks as Bombella hounds Grohl, and she's going to get the deflection but then step out of bounds on the Rebel side of the court. Near side, Crawford trough inbound, Grohl to Lundgren. Lundgren getting it into the high post, and then Casey Wilson and Snell are going to be wrestling for it right in front of the free throw line. Jump ball. It will go to the Lady Jayhawks. Our first jump ball of the game, the Crawford, a Crawford trough inbound we've seen a few times, and a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. Jumper on the right side, no good. Snell ripping down the offensive rebound, bouncing off of the foot of Lundgren and out of bounds. It will stay with the Jayhawks, and they'll get an inbound right in front of our audience here on the near side of the court, almost practically standing in the stands. Floating it right up to the top, Snell, obviously trusted highly by this coaching staff. Snell throwing it near the paint. It's just going to be too far in front of Abby Goff, the freshman. And right now you see a lot of inexperience right now for the Lady Jayhawks. However, you're seeing a lot of talent and a lot of grit and determination. Goff, Snell, Bombella, and quite a few of the ladies out here working hard to get some good shots. Right now they're not falling, but they will. That's the thing. And guess what? The best thing about a team full of freshmen is that you have a lot of opportunity and a lot of development and growth ahead of you. You do not need to panic right now. Right now, 29-4, not the optimal score, but there is a lot of silver linings right now for the Jayhawks. 19 seconds before halftime. Casey Wilson is going to go for the 1-and-1 opportunity as the Jayhawks have given up 7 fouls as opposed to 5 for the Rich Rebels. Casey Wilson has her opportunity to get some varsity scoring right now. Wilson in her progression, she throws it up. That one's good. Right hand shot, the righty. Free throw up and good for Wilson. Second opportunity for Wilson. Rolls it off the front, then the back, and it falls in. 31-4. Snell throwing it way down the court. Goff off the glass. That one's good. great feed for Snell and great vision, as now we have 7 seconds left before halftime. Wilson, one step too far, and she's going to actually rip it away from Bombella at the very end. That's the end of the first half. We've got 30-7 on our score in here in the actual gym. I have 31-7. Maybe they'll fix it, but that is your score going into halftime. Thank you so much for joining us here on 98.3 The Wildlife. We'll come back to you with a few more statistics, what the Jayhawks can do to get back into this game, what's been working well for the Rebels, after this quick break on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation at mylocalradio.com.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back. Seconds before our halftime show, we're going to pause for legal identification. Come back to you after this quick break on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the halftime show. Our halftime show today, very wonderful as we're seeing the Rich Rebels bounce back from a loss from Cokeville very well. Our first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. Currently, the town of Randolph actually has new town council. We're in the process of recognizing the newly elected town council. As our new town council, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, Frank Sano, and Mayor Sim Bell. Congratulations to the newly elected officials in the town of Randolph, as we're in the process of working with them and getting things up and going. Our first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. Right now, it seems as though that everything is working for the Rich Rebel girls. It seems as though they're getting great looks working inside, and shots are falling. A lot of confidence exhibited by this Rich Rebel team, and they're trying to, really ride that confidence as they're getting ready tomorrow for a huge game against Tabiona. That game in Tabiona is against a number 1 ranked in region and number 2 in the RPI in 1A. That will be a good one, but first step is getting past the St. Joseph Jayhawks here. Right now the Jayhawks just feel as though they have a lid on the basket. They are moving the ball, and sometimes that ball, although being fed very well by point guard Sarah Snell, is bouncing sometimes. It'll bounce off of a couple people, just maybe sometimes off the fingertips, just a little bit too far to one side or the other. Good vision, though, by a lot of the point guards by the Jayhawks. They have a lot of ground to cover at the moment. However, they can, in fact, do a lot right now, as the Lady Jayhawks have exhibited that they can get some looks. All they got to do is knock them down. Right now, if you're able to unlock the lid from the basket for the Jayhawks right now, points are going to fall and confidence will begin to flow. Right now, Sarah Snell trying to lead the team at the moment. She's being hounded by the Rich Rebels at the very top of the arc as soon as she crosses the timeline, and that's causing a few issues, and I think that's what has kind of brought us to the score that we have right now, which is, after being corrected, a 31-6 lead for the Rich Rebels. Prognosis, and if I were the Jayhawks right now, you have absolutely nothing to lose. You can only go up from here. Relax. Try and work the fundamentals and keep a very big picture as to what your program is. I mean, quite frankly, you have an entire team full of freshmen. You have 2 juniors. They're not even seniors. And, a lot of the brunt of the work is being carried by those juniors right now, trying to learn how to get things going. These freshmen have a lot to develop in the upcoming years. Only up and up for the Lady Jayhawks, as the Rebels on the other side, everything seems to be flowing right now, and it's good to have these shots falling as you get ready for a big game against Tabiona tomorrow. We'll go ahead, take one more quick break, come back to you for the second half of our halftime show. Thank you for joining us here over the airwaves or online at mylocalradio.com. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Lady Basketball on 98.3 KADQ.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston. Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the second portion of the halftime show. Good time for us to kind of touch up as to the Rich School District. The Rich School District is a fantastic district, a lot of fantastic student athletes, but first comes academics. At the Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals and that every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We also believe the development of lifelong learners. We believe that a quality education makes the difference. These beliefs are reflected in graduates who graduate and/or are career-ready. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. The Rich School District providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student. Rich School District, a proud sponsor of Rich Rebel Athletics, as we're getting ready now for the start of the third quarter. Start of the third quarter coming up, brought to you by Epic Recreation. That's Epic Recreation. Find them on the line, online on Facebook, epicrecreation.net. It looks as though that the Lady Jayhawks are going to implement some sort of pressure as well. Inbound from Lutz to Darlene Peterson, right back to Lutz, and then feeding inside. Darlene getting the feed across the paint from the right side. Points in the paint brought to you by Plains Tire. Wasting no time, 33-6, and the Rich Rebels score quickly to start off the third quarter. Martinez driving. That one's going to be a floater, just too hard off the glass, ripped down by Darlene Peterson. Lamborn feeding inside to Smith, blocked by Snell. Great defense by Snell as she's been a defensive presence for the Rich Rebels, for the Lady Jayhawks. Here comes Lutz getting the feed for three, no good, and Snell will touch it last. It will go careening into the padding underneath the basket here on the Jayhawks side of the floor. Lamborn throws it away into the arms of a Lady Jayhawk, up with the right hand. That one too hard, but rebound. No! Goff had the offensive rebound, and that one's no good. Snell for three. Good look. That one no good off the left of the iron. Jump ball between Bombella and Smith. Trying to find some sort of way to rip off the lid on the basket. We know that there's no lid on this one because the girls have traded sides. The Lady Jayhawks now going from right to left on your radio dial, and the Rich Rebels going from left to right. Inbounds, Martinez up to the top. Intercepted by Smith right at the very top of the arc. Smith back up to the very top. Lutz rips it down right on the logo. Lamborn on the left side wing, far out to McKee for three. No good, off the front of the rim, ripped down by Snell. Peterson pokes it away from behind, gets it out to Lutz on the near corner, then works its way back up to the top for McKee. Lamborn right next to McKee, back up to McKee at the very top of the arc. Lutz for three. That one rattles home. Good look. Pulling the trigger, Lutz able to put it up and away. Here comes the Jayhawks. Martinez here onto the right side, far corner. That's Randall. And we're going to have a switching of possessions. I look down for one moment. Inbound for the Lady Rebels. Crawford Trough inbound, that is. Smith into McKee. McKee out to the left. Ambria Lutz misses that three. Instead, Goff rips it down. Here we go as the Jayhawks are caught in the far corner, back up to the top. Gets it out here, Bombella on the left elbow. Kicking out to Martinez. Martinez, no good. Lamborn comes up with a long rebound. McKee pulls it back out after thinking about driving into the paint. McKee up to the very top. Lamborn dribbles in front of Goff. Has to pull it back up and gets it back out to McKee at the very top of the arc. McKee far out to Lutz, feeding in Darlene Peterson. Going up, turning around, baby hook. Good shot by Darlene, 38-6. Timeout taken here by the Jayhawks. We're going to go ahead and dip into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Again, your new home in Bear Lake, one phone call away. That's 435-946-8888. Wonderful, wonderful properties in Bear Lake can be yours. Gary and Amber McKee are here to help you find your dream home. As, this timeout is a good time to reflect a little bit as to coming out, it just seems as though, again, kind of transitioning or continuing, I guess, from the first half. The Lady Jayhawks not able to find a way to get the ball in the basket, even though they've had really good luck. Sometimes your night is like that, and it seems as though it's going kind of a sour way right now for the Jayhawks, as the Rich Rebel starters will remain in your starting 5. What we saw at tip-off: McKee, Lamborn, Peterson, Lutz, and Smith. Martinez to inbound, trying to find somebody, gets it out to Snell at the very top. Snell making some room, gets it out here to Goff, who shoots a fadeaway jumper on the right elbow. No good. Outlet from Lutz, trying to find McKee, and Darlene Peterson is there to help out on defense and block that shot away. We've got 4 Jayhawks on the Rebel side of the court, just trying to rip it away from McKee. Foul will be called, and McKee's going to end up with it. Lamborn back to McKee. Across the timeline, Smith, nobody around her, gets it to Peterson. Cross-court pass to Lutz. Lutz from the short corner. That one's good. Another three-pointer here for Lutz. Now 41-6. Martinez taking over point guard duties, gets it out here to the left side, then in to Snell. Snell bouncing it off of Rich Rebel, but Martinez is there to scoop it up underneath the basket, trying to the reversal. Martinez off the bottom of the rim, and it will go out of bounds, but it was last touched by a Rebel. Martinez in, Goff ripped away by Smith. McKee ends up with the ball. McKee slowing it down, double teamed at the very top of the arc, driving into the lane with the right hand. That one's no good. Bouncing off of Snell, a Jayhawk, and it will stay with the Rich Rebels. A Crawford Trough inbound coming in on the near corner here. Lamborn feeding into McKee, back to Lamborn. Lamborn into the lane. Body foul by Snell. First foul given here in the second half. We'll get another Crawford Trough inbound, this time on the baseline underneath the Jayhawk basket. Back out here on the near corner, McKee back into Lamborn. Lamborn up and underneath. It's going to get blocked by Snell. Snell says no. That is an emphatic no, as well as Snell not giving up on any sort of defensive effort whatsoever. Lamborn into rebound again. Darlene, fade away, too far, air ball, and it will roll out of bounds. That's a shot just in front of the right elbow there. Now the Jayhawks will end up with it. Snell, who's probably the tallest on the team for the Jayhawks, just strolling across the midcourt line, and it's going to get poked away by Lamborn. Rolling on the floor, gets it out to Bombella. Bombella too far, too hard on the layup attempt. McKee, no look pass to Lamborn, out on the right wing, then feeding to Lutz. Lutz, inside out shot for Smith. That one rattling home for 3 on the left side wing, 44-6. 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bombella, nobody around her, shoots it. That one off the back glass, the backboard and in. So that ends a little bit of a drought for the Jayhawks. Lutz throwing it up in traffic in the paint. Darlene Peterson ripping it down. Here's another 3 from Smith. That one missed, and Bombella is going to rip it out of the hands of a Rich Rebel, and it will go to Snell, who works her way down the timeline, and Snell up and underneath Lamborn. And a foul by Lamborn is going to go ahead and send Sarah Snell to the line for free throws. Sarah Snell, first attempt, no good. She'll get one more as she's trying to loosen up, trying to get into her rhythm as the Jayhawks down by a large margin here in the third quarter. Snell, second time. This one off the front of the rim, no good. infraction there called on St. Joseph. The ball will go to the Rich Rebels after the rebound. Lutz right across the St. Joseph logo, crossover into the lane, kick out for 3 on the far side. Smith, that one also finding its mark. Smith making a few rain from beyond the arc in this game. Martinez to Snell. Snell and Lamborn, both intense defense. Smith's going to get taken out as Pugmire's going to come in. A foul called on Lamborn. I think that was on the drive by Snell. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Martinez looking, finding Snell on the far side. But it's going to be bumped out of bounds by Lamborn. Good defense by Lamborn. Ellie Argyle will do the duties of guarding Snell. Snell, jumper on the right wing, too far, and it's going to be ripped down by Lamborn on the defensive rebound. Ambria Lutz now crossing right in front of the media table, crossover, back up to the top for Taylor. Violet Taylor going into Argyle in the paint. Good find on the right side for Pugmire. For some reason, that ball did not fall. Snell out to Bombella, who's caught on the near corner on the far side of the court here, and it's going to be a jump ball between Lutz and Bombella. A few jump balls in this game, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck. I had an opportunity to meet with Jamal Jenkins, the head coach for St. Joseph boys and girls, a former Weber State basketball player, as Snell, good floater in the lane. Tough defense by the Rebels, but that will not deny her. Now 10 points for the Jayhawks. As I was saying, meeting with Jamal Jenkins a few weeks ago, a good message that he kind of brought up, and quite a story for Jamal Jenkins as he coaches both the boys and the girls program. He said, I wanted to make a change of culture and make it understood that there's all types of places all over the world where you can be a top-notch athlete and academic at the same time. He wanted to bring that type of culture here to St. Joseph. And, at the same time, he ran a AAU basketball program. So, when the opportunity to take over 2 basketball programs came up, he said it wasn't too difficult. He said he would step up to that, make it happen. Jenkins especially happy to be out here coaching on the court, considering an alternative. Pretty bluntly, he almost died last year. Coach Jenkins, a trip to the emergency room last summer after dealing with fatigue and abnormal weight gain turned into a pretty quick trip to McKay-D Hospital, where when he arrived, he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure and had to have an emergency surgery. Doctors told him his heart in ejection fraction, which measures how much blood the heart's left ventricle pumps out with each contraction, was at 30%. According to the American Heart Association, a normal heart ejection fraction is roughly 50 to 70%. So we're glad that Coach Jenkins somehow, caught that on and found the help that he needed in order to make that work. 51-10 right now, the Rich Rebels, and Sarah Snell still diving out on the floor and doing all that she can to make it work. Getting in the defense, but right now nothing is stopping the Rich Rebels from scoring baskets. 53-10. 17 seconds left here in the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. And right now, the wheels just kind of falling off for the Jayhawks. They're just kind of flustered at the moment. We've had a few substitutions. Tingy, Taylor, Grohl, Pugmire, and Argyle are in the game currently right now. Good find here inside for Argyle from Taylor. Pugmire ripping down the rebound. And that will be the end of 3, 53-10 And we're going to go ahead and take an extended timeout here on 98.3. Thank you for joining us. As right now, we're just trying to get a little bit of calm out onto the court. We'll come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back to the game between the Jayhawks and the Rich Rebels. Into the fourth quarter we will go as Sarah Snell still in the game, trying to make it work for the Lady Jayhawks. She gets a feed out to the right side, and that one's great. A drive from Snell, kicking it out to the right side baseline, and a huge two-pointer implemented by Mimi DeWitt. Great work by the Lady Jayhawks to get the first points here in the fourth quarter, and that is what you need. That's what you like to see if you're a Jayhawk fan. Grohl somehow getting it up and under control after bouncing it off of her knee on the near side corner. Back out to Grohl. Grohl for a baseline jumper, no good. And a rebound attempt between Argyle and number 25 of the Lady Jayhawks, Mary Slater, will go out of bounds. Last touch by Argyle. Jayhawks, Snell motioning, trying to get into the offense here. Snell posting up, getting out here to the left, and a shot here on the left side elbow, no good from Slater. Ball rolls out of bounds after last being touched by a Rebel, and the Jayhawks will have an opportunity to inbound underneath the Rebel basket. Randall looking to Goff here on the near side corner. Goff pirouetting, turning around, finding Snell at the very top of the free throw line. Snell, kind of off balance shot on the left side block, and that's going to be no good. Here's Taylor into Argyle, then to Pugmire. Pugmire bonked on the head. She goes up and one opportunity, as that was a great find from Argyle to Pugmire. Good work from Pugmire, as she's been earning some quality minutes in varsity the last couple times that we've seen her. And, this is a great time for her to, plays like that, gaining great confidence. And you want to have great confidence, as this Rich Rebel team will be going up against Tabiona tomorrow. Pugmire will roll it off, will miss the three-point play opportunity. But a good move nonetheless. Under 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Snell crossover, gets a screen at the very top from Martinez, kicks it out to the far side. Randall loses the handles. A scrum on the right elbow, and it's going to end up in the arms of Taylor. Taylor going coast to coast, has to stop, and it's going to be ripped away by a Lady Jayhawk. No, Cassidy Grohl somehow ends up with it. Grohl misses the jumper, and Taylor, a scrappy rebounder herself, will end up with the ball, and a jump ball will happen, as Bombella was also there. That's going to lead to the possession arrow swapping. It will stay with the Rebels. Pugmire out on the far side, getting it to Taylor. Taylor partially blocked by Snell, who pushes it down the floor. Snell in front of everybody, gets it up. Jump stop, no good. Grohl tried to take the charge, no call. Bodies flew. I don't think that she established position. Grohl, pump fake, driving in, right side. Araya, Osler, that one's no good. Snell Gets the outlet into the middle of the paint from Bombella, and that will be a foul on the Rich Rebels and a timeout taken by the Jayhawks. We'll go ahead, take a breather ourselves, come back to you in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Lady Basketball on mylocalradio.com as well as 98.3 The Q.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome back, as mentioned, into the fourth quarter. Our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. That's the most caring hospital on earth. Under 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. The Rebels comfortably in the lead, 55-12 against the Lady Jayhawks. Right now it's about execution. Right now it's about pride for both of these teams. As we want a safe game, but we also want to see the Jayhawks get some good looks, get the ball into the basket, have something to look forward to as we get ready for the conclusion of this game. Snell, after getting a partial screen at the top, cross-court pass intercepted by Pugmire. Pugmire jump stop, and then it's stripped away by Martinez. Martinez going the other way now into the arms of Tingy. Martinez slow on the floor. I think she just kind of got the wind knocked out of her, hopefully, as we'll take a quick second. And, yeah, Martinez, I think, just getting back up onto her feet by herself. That's good to see. A quick little breather here. The Lady Jayhawks coming into this game 3-5. They've only had 2 games since the winter break. And right now, it's good to kind of just try and get back into the action, try and free up a little bit of the rust that maybe you've accumulated over the holiday break, and try and get something going here. Fourth quarter, 5 minutes and 30 seconds left now. Taylor out to Grohl on the left side wing, back up to the top. Taylor looking inside, gets it out here to Tingy. Poked away by the Jayhawks. Dribbling coast to coast. That one's great. And one opportunity for the Lady Jayhawks. A steal and an and one opportunity for Lizzie Randall. That was great work. Randall's going to get a chance for 3 points there. That was great to see. And a lot of energy and a lot of grit, determination by the Jayhawks and by Randall on that play. Randall. High off the back iron, drops in. That one's good. That's a 3-point play for Randall. Mass substitution here for the Rich Rebels. Taylor, Pugmire have come out. We have Araya Osler, Wallentine, Tingy, Lundgren, and Grohl. Grohl out to the top for Tingy. Back to Grohl. Extended arc, driving in. Grohl, shot. No good. And a tussle underneath the basket. Last touched by a Rebel out of bounds. It will go. 5 minutes left here in the game. Before our conclusion, the Rich Rebels going to be comfortably walking away with a win here in St. Joseph, although St. Joseph showing a lot of grit here in the final minutes. Snell getting a screen from Bombella, putting her back to the basket, going up with the right hand, and just off to the left, no good. Rebound by Tingy. Grohl out here to Lundgren inside. Tingy feeding Wallentine. She just leaves it a little bit short. Osler with the rebound, and then Grohl following up after the assist on the rebound from Osler. 57-15. Snell backing down Araya. Another jumper from Snell, no good. And then ripped off the boards by Tingy. Back to Grohl, throwing it way down the court. Lundgren just off of her fingertips, but a good find and a good idea from Grohl. Exactly 4 minutes on the dot left here in regulation between these two teams. You know, if you're the Rich Rebels, you're looking forward just a little bit here to the Tabiona Tigers. It should be a fun matchup as it's a doubleheader boys and girls program. Boys and girls program working out to Tabiona. As that should be a really fun one. Tabiona, second ranked in the RPI, number 1 in the region. And then the boys, 6-6 and a little bit streaky as well. They started off their season with a 3-game win streak, then 4-game losses, and then a 3-game win streak again, and then just a loss to Manila. So we'll see what Tabiona team shows up in the boys program as well. Colin, update here for the wrestling program. It's going to conclude for senior night. Boys playing and wrestling the Evanston Red Devil JV team, and then the girls against Ridgeline. The girls did very, very well. Quite a few wins, individual matchups for the girls against a powerhouse in Cache Valley, a 4A team. After it's a 17-57 lead for the Rebels after a spinning fadeaway jump shot taken by Snell. Snell up against Grohl, who goes up with the left hand, gets her own rebound, and then gets blocked by Martinez. Eli Brooks winning his match by pin tonight. And then the girls, Brett Weston losing by pin. Annie Peart, a win. Jaslyn Chander win by pin. Quincy Sidaway in her second match wins by pin. Nia Jolly winning by forfeit. Mika Anderson winning by pin. And then Addie Carrillo winning by forfeit. Hillary Rex wins by pin. And that is the conclusion there for the girls program. 3 minutes left here in the game between the Jayhawks and the Rich Rebels. The Rebels are going to go to 6-6 on the year, as our graphic is not quite updated after the loss to Cokeville. St. Joseph dropping to 3-6 on the season. Here's Martinez on the right side wing, decides to pull it back up, getting it up to Snell at the very top of the arc. Snell driving with the left hand, up with the left hand, no good. Bouncing out of bounds. It will stay with the Jayhawks as it was last touched by, I believe, Lundgren, going for the defensive rebound. Martinez looking, throwing it into coverage, and the Rebels will come away with it. Grohl bumped by Bombella. We'll get a inbound here. Crawford Trough inbound. What I wouldn't give for one of those burgers right now at the Crawford Trough. My goodness. Grohl on the left side wing, back up to the top for Wilson, who thinks about the straightaway three, instead gets it out to the right side here for Lundgren. Lundgren to Grohl, into the arms, into the body of a Jayhawk, but puts it up, and that one's good. Little floater in the lane. Snell, right elbow, too far to the left, no good. Ripped for an offensive rebound by the Jayhawks. Martinez back to Snell. Snell in trouble, needs some help, gets it to Martinez on her left, who dribbles up to the very top of the arc, guarded by Janie Walentine. Martinez tripped up, I believe, and it's going to be touched by Martinez. It will go to the Rebels. A turnover by the Lady Jayhawks in the final 2 minutes here. Grohl to Lundgren here on the right wing extended, getting a screen from Mariah Osler. Back to Grohl. Grohl pit-pocketed by Bombella and Martinez. Snell pass up to the top of the court, ripped away and swatted out to the far right corner, out of bounds by Walentine. So that will go ahead and be Jayhawk ball here with about 1:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Inbound, Snell squaring up, right hand rolling into the hoop after the drive. Good work by Snell. 19-59. Grohl to Lundgren, guarded by Bombella, the junior. Double team, back to Grohl. Grohl keeping her head up, trying to find a teammate that's open. Wallentyne back into Grohl, and that's going to be taken away. Snell in the lead, fast break points, too short. Rebound, Wallentyne. Wallentyne to Osler, and then Martinez pokes that one up and away. Martinez trying to scoop it, almost bowl it down the sideline. It will roll out of bounds here on the near sideline. Rebel ball with 40 seconds left in the game. Grohl against Goff, driving into the lane, back up to the top. Casey Wilson getting instruction from her coaching staff. I believe the Rich Rebels are going to go ahead and kind of play keep away and dribble out the clock here. Grohl against Bombella. Back to Wilson at the very top, sitting right at the St. Joseph logo. Lundgren takes the three, no good, and Wallentyne was there, and it will roll out of bounds. We're going to hear a no-shot call from Coach Cody Lundgren, and then we'll dribble out the last 3 seconds here. Your final score, 59-19. The Rich Rebels come in and take care of the Jayhawks here. Again, final score, 59-19. We'll come back to you for the post-game show. Get your player of the game, as well as your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game here on 98.3. We'll come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on my local radio and on 98.3 The Q.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome, fans of the Jayhawks and the Rich Rebels, to our post-game show. Post-game show today, as always, we're going to go ahead and start with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, that's Jimmy John's in Evanston. 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet every day. We're going to go ahead and start with, the first quarter. The Rich Rebels jump out to a 19-4 lead, and, that type of pattern will continue for the entirety of the game. The Rich Rebels finding a lot of open shots, very confident with the ball. The starters very confident with the ball, and just trying to, work through the progressions of their offense. It seemed as though that Coach Cody Lundgren talked about this week, in all 3 games this week, they wanted to dictate their own pace. They wanted to dictate their offense. We wanted to take advantage, take control of the game. Step 1 here in St. Joseph, complete for the Rich Rebels. They were able to do that, and when they wanted to play fast, they were able to play fast. When they weren't wanting to play fast, they slowed it down. it seemed as though that the Rich Rebels had their hands on the wheel for the entirety of the game. After the first 19-4, and then at the end of the halftime, 31-7. The Lady Jayhawks just not able to get it into the basket as consistently as the Rich Rebels. They had good looks, but loose balls rolling off of the hands, sometimes off-balance shots, and just, I don't know what it was. Sometimes the ball just doesn't want to find its home, in the words of Happy Gilmore, I think. In the second half, your final score, 59-19, after the Jayhawks actually will outscore the Rebels in the fourth quarter, 9 points to 8 points. That was your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Up next, we're going to bring you your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. After these few messages, we'll come back to you immediately after this on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
So this is the Reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails, brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like you to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Thank you for joining us here on the post-game show. It's time for our precision play of the game, sponsored by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. Our precision play of the game will go to Mackenzie Smith for her back-to-back three-pointers in the third quarter, setting the precedence and leaving no doubt that the Rich Rebels will come out of Ogden with a W. Congratulations to Mackenzie Smith for our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. In that same breath, our player of the game will go to Haiti Pugmire. Every time that Pugmire got plugged into this game, she was finding open shots in the paint, spinning off of defenders, going up with the right hand, going up with the left hand, and also making the needed screen to free up her teammates to make no doubt that the Rich Rebels will go ahead and dip into Tabiona with some confidence. The Rich Rebels and the Jayhawks, again, your final score today, 59-19 here in St. Joseph. Our final score, 59-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Our player of the game is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. That's Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Thank you to the Wallentine family, LSR Refrigerated, and all of our sponsors, including the Rich School District and the Town of Randolph with their newly elected town council and mayor, as they are our sponsors tonight, and they make this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports happen. Join me later on tomorrow for a matchup between the Tabiona Tigers and the Rich Rebels in Tabiona for both the boys and the girls program. Girls will start at 5:30. That's when tip-off starts, and the boys at 7. Then on Saturday, you will be seeing a matchup with ICS. ICS will be playing here in the town of Randolph. 3:30 for the girls and 5:30 for the boys. What a great week and weekend for Rich Rebel Sports and more basketball. Thank you so much for joining me here on 98.3. We'll sign off now here in Ogden. As always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!